Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Another episode of America Back to Normal. Maybe, maybe not. I'm not sure. So, welcome back, everyone. It's been a while since I've done a COVID-19 video. America Back to Normal. Is it really? Not sure. Not sure. Let's find out. Anyways, let's let me talk a little bit about my day and what I've been doing before I get into the numbers. And so, I think this week, and today is April 25th, 2020. As of this recording, it's 7:45 p.m., April 25th, 2020. By the time you watch it, it will probably be April 26th, 2020, Sunday instead of Saturday. I'll do a video today, which will show for mostly on Sunday. I'll do another one on Sunday night, and that way you can watch it Monday morning or Monday, wherever you are. So I'll mostly do this on the weekends because I got nothing else to do. I don't work. Anyways, so we're getting pretty close to the Monday, which is the day I'm planning to go. Well, not me, but my wife will go shopping. We're running low on food supply. We haven't tapped into our emergency food supply, which is mostly the dry goods, the canned goods. Matter of fact, let's just go to the IHME. Let's just refresh it real quick. They have not updated. Maybe they'll update on Monday. I think they update every 3 days or something like that. So we'll look at deaths per day, 1 day since peak. So we reached the peak, past the peak. So the deaths supposedly are going to decrease from this point on. I'm assuming, if anybody who's been infected or the peak of the infection has already passed, that's why you're seeing the decrease in death. And then if we go down further, 2 days since peak resource, April 23rd. It's been changing every 3 days. They change it. I was hoping it would update today so I could see the change. But anyways, it looked like they had a double hump. One hump here, and then it dipped, and then it went back up here a little bit. But anyways, 23rd was the peak, supposedly. And today is the 25th, so it's been 2 days. Let me see, 6, 7, it'll be 4 days since the peak. If it doesn't update, we'll find out tomorrow if it updates or not. But by the time I go out, which would be what, 27th, April 27th, which is Monday, I'm hoping that the chance of infection or being exposed to being infected is less than it was the past 2 weeks. That's my hope, anyway. So that's what we're probably going to be doing on Monday, and that's my hope as well. But during that time, I have been riding the electric bike. Yes, I've been riding my Rad Mini and my Rad Mini step through with my youngest. She is constantly asking me, why can't I go outside? Why can't I go outside? And I just keep telling her, coronavirus. Coronavirus. That's why, coronavirus. So I decided to take her along with me on the bike ride, on the electric bike ride, on the WeRide Co-Pilot, which is attached to the Rad Mini step through. It's like a trailer, and she had her own face covering. So she was asking about her face covering. She's like, "What about me? Where's my face covering? Where's my mask?" So we made her a cute little mask. I'll try to throw a picture up somewhere. But it felt good to ride the bike. It felt good to be outside. I tried to stay mostly on the street. There isn't really a lot of traffic. I don't go in the morning. I don't ride my bike in the morning. People are still going to work, so there's a little bit of traffic in the morning. Not as much as before, but definitely still some traffic going on. I usually go in the afternoon when I have to go pick up lunch. In the morning, I drive the car to pick up breakfast from the school, the local high school here this, that serves breakfast and lunch for the kids. So I'll take the car, and plus it's just a lot quicker. I just go there, come back, we'll have breakfast for the kids. Sometimes the kids don't eat everything, so me and the wife will eat some of the food, and that helps with our food supply. It really does. So we've been able to make it this far for I think it was about 3 weeks. I think it's about 3 weeks that we have not gone to the grocery store. So the past 3 weeks were the time of the peak of infection in America, most of America anyway. And so we made it to the point where we do need some groceries now. We need to go to the grocery store. We've completely ran out of milk. We've been using dry milk powder is what we've been using since we ran out of milk. It's pretty good. Actually, it tastes just like milk. You have to make the powder not clumpy, you know. And so we're getting low on our perishable groceries, I should say. Our dry goods, our canned goods are still there. We're still going to keep them. We'll probably end up using them little by little and maybe buying more, replenishing it as we go. But we didn't really dip heavy into our emergency food supply. But yeah, so during the afternoon is when I ride the bicycle to go pick up lunch, and I have the rear rack, the front rack, and the baskets and everything. That makes it real easy for me to go pick up the lunch from the local high school here, and I've been enjoying it. Gives me about an hour of time, maybe an hour of time. It takes about 20 minutes to get there. I get there early, then I charge the cameras because they're not very big cameras. They'll max out at most maybe 45 minutes to 70 minutes. Just want to make sure they have enough batteries. Um, and when I come back, it takes another 20-25 minutes. So uh, about an hour. I'm out of the house for an hour. I ride on the streets. I do not. I try to avoid the sidewalk because I notice that there's more people jogging and running and walking and also some people riding their bike as well on the sidewalk. And I don't want to be around them because they could be breathing heavily. You know, you have to just assume everyone's infectious. All right, everyone's asymptomatic. If they're running around, they're breathing very heavily, and if they're asymptomatic, you know, their breath will is the cause of the spread of infection. So if they're breathing heavily and you inhale their leftover breath, their exhale, you know, you don't want to get infected. So I've been mostly riding in the streets. I have been wearing a face covering. I've always been wearing a face covering. It's a buff. It's not much. It's very breathable. It's not ideal, but you know, it's a face covering, and it does help with wind shear and from UV rays, which I'm not too worried about. Actually, I would like some UV rays. I usually wear compression tights. Didn't wear them today or at all because I'm trying to get some vitamin D from the natural sunlight. So that's what's been going on with me. So is America ready to get back to normal? I think a lot of people do want to get back to normal. Question is it possible to go back to normal? That I don't think so. I don't think it's possible to go back to normal. Just like a lot of things after 9/11 never went back to normal because till this day, when I go on an airplane ride, I still have to take off my shoes. Now I have to go through a scanner that scans my whole body. Um, you know, I have to unpack everything and repack I mean, take off my shoes, all the stuff. So in that sense, I don't think it'll go back to normal, but I think we can go back to normal as possible under the circumstances because there's no escape from this virus. Okay, this virus is going to be a part of our lives from this point on, and we're just going to have to learn to live with it. So living with this virus is going to be the new normal now. We're going to have to practice social distancing, um, mask, face coverings are going to be kind of normal for at least a year to year and a half until a vaccine comes out where this becomes like the seasonal flu or the common cold. And more research is known, and more research is done and known about the coronavirus, the Chinese coronavirus, the Wuhan coronavirus, the Wuhan flu, novel coronavirus, SARS-CoV-2, COVID-19, CCP virus. Has so many names. I never known a virus to be politicized other than this virus right here, this particular coronavirus. So I don't really have anything to report. I just want to talk about what would it be like to go back to being normal. So I do think face coverings are going to be normal. Social distancings probably will start to be normal, at least for the interim. Maybe as time goes on, we'll have to see. There's still a question of a second wave coming through in the fall. I don't think that the summer will be much of a backstop because, in some places around the world, it's pretty bright and pretty sunny. It's pretty bright and sunny here right now, and there's still confirmed cases going on. You think there'd be a drop off, which there is, but that's from social distancing, I think, or maybe the virus is spread more prevalent and there's more asymptomatic infections going on than we know. I haven't heard much about the antibody test other than some anecdotal tests that have been performed on people who suspect they have been infected. And so when they did antibody test, um, the headlines were like 30, 40, 50, 80%. I'm exaggerating a little bit, but the fact that when they did the antibody test to a group of volunteers who most likely think they had, COVID-19, of course your percentages are going to be pretty high, right? You need to do a randomized kind of like antibody test to see sampling of the population to get a better idea. But we'll find out soon enough over time. Anyways, I think a lot of people are very tired of the stay-at-home order. People, despite the fact that there is risk of infection, I think the potential of going bankrupt, all right, losing your house, being evicted, not being able to pay for food outweighs more than your desire to not be infected by the virus. So, anyways, so I think that's what's happening, and so it will be normal. It'll be a new normal, unfortunately. But I've been wearing face coverings anyway, so I think this will work to my favor. Now, people looking at me all weird when I wear a buff, I'll actually be the normal person, and all of you will be the weirdos. Okay, I'm the normal person. You're the weirdos. It's strange how things work out. I'm way ahead of my time. Way ahead of my time. Way ahead. Well, I wouldn't say way ahead, but I am a little ahead of my time. Okay. Anyways, let's get into the numbers. This was updated April. Oh, I got my Halo back. Awesome. April 25th, 2020 at 2:01 a.m. It's kind of weird how it works out. I don't think these have been updated. Let me see the dates on these. I don't think they have been updated. It's still on the 24th. Looks like on the weekends they don't do anything. But anyways, I'll just go over the numbers. Almost a million. Almost a million. A couple more days, you'll be at 1 million new cases. 51,949 deaths. Wow. 36,188 new cases. I think that's yesterday. 1,995 new deaths. I think a lot of the cases have come from New York. This is a huge spike here. I don't know if they're going to readjust this because last time I did a video, my last video, this was like way up here. It was like 48,000. And then when I came back the next day, it was readjusted to look like this, exception for this big one right here. So I don't know what they're doing over there. I don't know if they're playing around with the numbers or this is a weekend thing, but very strange how this is looking. Although what's not strange is that the confirmed cases out of New York, that has increased. Now these numbers are from yesterday. I think they're from the 24th. So that is a little disturbing. A little disturbing. Yeah, I don't think we're out of the woods by any means. We are just not out of the woods. Let's go to this one here. This is yesterday's number because nothing's being updated today. So, anyways, in New York it shows 10,000, which was been going down, but now it's ticking up. So I don't know what's going on. I haven't looked at the New York data. Um, don't really want to. I got other things to worry about. I'm in Texas, and I got things to worry about right here in my front yard. So let's take a look at the Texas numbers. At least it's tracking under 10% now. There's total tests of 262,816 total tests with only 23,737 reported cases. Let's see what the trend looks like. Trend looks like it's going up. Case demographics, it really hasn't changed that much. It really hasn't changed that much. Seems like 20 to 59 ages are the people who are being infected. Of course, they probably represent 90% of the workforce. So I think most of the time you are getting sick by going to work, in my opinion. You're not getting sick by staying home. Oh, another new thing, another new normal is going to be working at home. Nothing's changed for me. My situation financially has not changed. Matter of fact, I've gotten a little bit richer. I've gotten $3,400 richer through this whole crisis, ironically. But my wife is still getting paid. She's working out of the house. I don't work. I just have to deal with the kids. So, anyways, this is Fort Bend County Coronavirus Response website. All these websites there will be a link in the notes section. So check it out. My concern is I live right here. Missouri City, postal code 77459. It has the most cases in Fort Bend County, 121 cases. So I am really in the hot zone. I like to think where I'm at in that zip code is safe, but I don't know. I don't think so. I could be right in the middle of a hot zone in my area, in my county, in my zip code. So we'll have to see about that. I'm just looking at race, ethnicity, age is about the same. The death is mostly people who are 69 or over, and most likely 50 to 69 or 70 years old, and it's more in the 70-year-old. So age is probably the biggest factor in fatalities, all right? Race has nothing to do with it. I don't know why people push the whole race card thing on a virus that doesn't discriminate against race or social status or how much money you have. I don't know why this is even being brought up. Another site that I found interesting is this. This is covidcast.cmu. That's Carnegie Mellon University .edu. And they have something here where it's doctor visits, and there's a little graph here of doctor visits. I'm looking at my place, Fort Bend County, and that is going down, as trending downwards, which is good. They have it for every county and for every state. So let's have a look. Let me pull out here. Oh, no, pull out. So if you want to know your state or your particular county, if it's increasing or decreasing by doctor visits, this could be a good site for you if you want to get an idea of your situation here. So this is what I'm using it for that purpose. So I'm in Fort Bend County. 7-day trend for doctor visits down. Facebook survey. Okay, this is interesting. They have a Facebook survey here. Now, Facebook survey is not really much of an indicator, but it could tell you the social aspects because Facebook's a social network, and it could be a potential leading indicator of future outbreaks. Okay, future outbreaks. All right, because uh, usually if people get sick and they're on Facebook, they are trying to talk about it. I'm not sure how it's measuring it, but my assumption is that you're gonna probably talk about it on your Facebook or look up things on your Facebook platform um, if you get sick. There may be some correlation between your social network and your Facebook, your social media platform. They may be interconnected. Like if someone gets sick, they'll Facebook it out, let other people know in their Facebook group. Other people will find out, then they'll get tested if they have contact with that person, and vice versa. And maybe that's the information that's being shared. So there is a slight uptick after being sideways for a while. So maybe there could be an outbreak or a potential outbreak, maybe. There's another one called Google Survey. Again, I'm not sure how this is being done. Maybe people are doing surveys on Google for some reason, but that's steady. It says it's steady, but looks like it's trending downwards. But I'm mostly interested in the doctor visits. That's gonna probably be the best indicator. They also have one for Google searches, but it only does by metro area. And then they have flu testing. But I'm mostly interested in the doctor visits. That's probably what's going to help me. And then there's intensity and 7-day trend. This graph will show you everything. And it goes all the way back to April 11th. So I don't know how many a week, more than 2 weeks. It goes back 2 weeks. So this is another thing I'm looking at, and it looks like it's trending down. Doctor visits are trending down. If there's less doctor visits, there's less infections. That's my assumption anyway. So that's what I'm going to assume. So everything looks good. Everything looks good. And of course, we're going back to this. Um, if everything is peaked out for the last 2 days, if the last 2 days it's peaked out, then by the time I think April 27th, we're going to go grocery shopping, and we're going to buy at least another 3 weeks, because we really don't want to be going out at all. So my wife plans on buying about 3 weeks worth of food again. We're going to pack the fridge again, and we're going to wait it out again, because the school is suspended for the rest of the school year, which will go all the way up to June. So all the way to June, and then it's summer, then the kids will still be with us. We're not going out anywhere. We're not planning to take any trips. If we do take a trip, if we're going to do anything, what I'm planning to do, if we need to do this, is my mom is in California, and if I have to go and get her to bring her here to be with us, that's the only reason we would ever go and do a road trip, and it would probably be me by myself, and most likely most likely me by myself, or my oldest who's able to drive, and we could take turns driving. We wouldn't stop other than gas, that'd be our only risk of exposure. But that's if we need to do thing. Otherwise, maybe we can get grandma to get on a plane and fly to us. But best case scenario, we won't have to do this at all. We won't have to go at all. But that's the only reason we would go out. Other than that, we're not going anywhere. We have no travel plans. We're not taking any vacation. We're definitely not going to Disneyland or Disney World, Universal Studios, Hollywood, or Florida. We're not leaving the country. I would not recommend leaving the country, because there might be a chance, if things start flaring up, or there's another outbreak, or there's a conflict, okay? Or there's a conflict. There's still a chance of conflict. That you may not be able to come back in this country. All right, you may not be able to come back in this country. So, borders are being closed around here, and however you think of it, whether it's constitutional, not constitutional, things could happen, and maybe after the dust settles, you can, you know, take your grievances to the court. But not very wise to leave the country. You should probably stay within the country you're a citizen of or you're a resident of. That's my recommendation. So that is my plan. That is my update so far. I have gone out. I've been riding the bicycle. I will continue to ride the bicycle. My risk of exposure from picking up, the breakfast and lunch is low. I do wear a face covering. I wear gloves. They're not surgical gloves or natural gloves. They're just regular Harbor Freight high visibility gloves, but I disinfect that. Every time I come home, I disinfect everything. I think that's kind of what's been keeping us safe. Bleach and water and a steamer, because I disinfect the bike, I disinfect the gloves, the high visibility gloves I wear. I disinfect the clothes. I come in and wash my hands. I disinfect the buff or the face covering. Disinfect everything. Disinfect the groceries. Disinfect the mail. You name it. Whatever comes through that door. Amazon packages. You know, whatever we ordered online, we disinfect the box, and then when we disinfect whatever is in the box, the steamer, I think, has been very helpful. So that's my 2 cents into it. Anyways, I'm going to conclude this episode. Hopefully everyone out there has been safe, and a couple more weeks, I think the risk can be low enough that things will return to normal. Okay, things will return to normal. It's just a different kind of normal. A lot of people will probably not go to work. They'll probably work from home, most likely. My wife says she'll be working from home most likely since mid-May. We'll see if it gets extended any further. So a lot of people will telecommute. More people will start wearing face coverings. More social distancing. Will the restaurants be open? I don't know. I don't know. I think they'll still continue to do takeout. Some of them might be open if the risk is low enough. All of this depends on the antibody test and how prevalent people have antibodies. We're far away from any herd immunity. So this is not over. And I do believe there will be a second wave. I do believe there will be a second wave. It's foolish to think this is it. There's no more. Everything's going to be like back to the previous normal. It's not. It's going to be a different normal. Anyways, I'll talk to y'all later. I'm going to conclude this episode. Please like, share, comment below what you think. Is America back to normal? Until next time, everybody. Bye-bye.